stars Kristen Stewart as Princess Diana and is, I guess you can consider it a biopic. It's more of a fictionalized account of her time with the royal family in December of 1991 at Christmas time and her contemplating her divorce to the prince at that time. Was it Prince Charles? I forget. Ask my mom. She'll know anything about Princess Diana. And about leaving the British royal family. This was a movie that was on my radar, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Kristen Stewart. I've been very critical of her in the past. I just think that in a lot of movies, she just acts a little awkward. And that may be from the directing, but when Charlie's Angels came out a couple years ago, a movie that is somewhat mediocre, but yet I own on Blu-ray for some stupid reason. That was actually the first movie that I really liked Kristen Stewart in because I felt that she was more open and outgoing and she had a lot of personality in that movie and I felt as if she was herself. You know, it wasn't necessarily her playing her, but she got to do a lot more, I felt like, in that movie. And as Princess Diana, she completely disappears. There's a lot of talk about her getting an Oscar nomination, and I can see it because, man, I felt like I was watching like a documentary of Princess Diana. That is how good Kristen Stewart is as Princess Diana in this movie. And for those of you expecting a full-blown biopic from the moment Princess Diana of Wales was born to the moment she was killed in a car crash and all the conspiracy theories surrounding all that, ask my mom. She knows about all those too. As you can probably tell, my mother is a big Princess Diana fan. You're gonna be thoroughly disappointed. This actually plays into a lot of psychological thoughts that Princess Diana has at her time with the royal family during Christmas of 1991. So there's gonna be a lot of weird imagery. There's parallels to Anne Boleyn, which I immediately thought of that movie, The Other Boleyn Girl. Yeah, there's a lot of parallels to Anne Boleyn, and there's things in here that happen and you're like, did she just try to do what I think she did? And then she's actually thinking about that. And I think the movie actually plays that smart because it really gives you an idea as to what Princess Diana's thoughts were at that time and what the repercussions would be of leaving the British royal family and just how unhappy and miserable she is, even though Princess Diana, as we know her from reading about her online and seeing pictures of her, was completely opposite from that. From what I know of Princess Diana, and my mother too, because like I said, she loves Princess Diana, so she can tell you everything about her. From what we know is that Princess Diana was very classy. She had this royal aura to her. This movie really does show that there was a different side to her. And perhaps this is where the movie took the fictionalized approach to it, that there was a lot under what could possibly be looked at as a facade for being in the royal family. There's so many things that she has to do in this movie. Like she has to follow a certain amount of rules. She has to wear a certain dress on a certain day. She has to be downstairs for dinner at a certain time. And she's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I don't want to do this. And I can't, and like the way the movie plays out and the way the movie presents these ideas and these events, I really can't blame her because the dude who plays her husband, the prince, he's a complete asshat. I mean, not the actor, the prince in real, like the prince, how he's portrayed in the movie. Like, you feel for Princess Diana and you understand why she's feeling like, hey, I want to leave this. I don't want royalty. I don't want royalty. Royalty's overrated. Like, we are constrained to a certain amount of laws and things we have to do, and we have to act so classy and, proper and royal, and sometimes, like, life, you don't need that in life, and I like that the movie addresses that idea. Speaking of royalty and classiness, the set design, costume design, everything is top-notch to make you feel as if you are a fly on the wall watching royalty and classiness in the royal family, and feel like you're a fly on the wall with how the royal family operates. I felt like everything from the props, set design, costume design, even the makeup and the hairstyling was just so picture perfect of the way we think of royalty and kingsmanship and a monarchy in our heads, that it felt like it was an accurate portrayal, even if it probably wasn't. Like, it's just a picture perfect vision of what all that is to me. And they nailed it. I have but one issue with the movie, and that is a lot of the supporting characters don't get a lot of screen time. So I honestly didn't have as much of a connection to the Prince of Wales as I did to Princess Diana. And that's probably the point of the movie. But at the same time, if you're dealing with Princess Diana wanting to leave the royal family to get a divorce from the prince, I think there should be a viewpoint for the prince too, and the movie never really has that, and the royal family is just kind of in the background. They're just kind of like there to pose for pictures and be like, and then Princess Diana comes in for a picture like later on when they're all ready, and she's just like, so she's acting a little bit miserable. Yeah, they're kind of pushed to the side. They're not really addressed. And then when other characters come into the fray, you don't really get to know them. And when the royal family is pushed to the side, there was a moment in the film where I said, okay, who is who here? Like, I get we have Princess Diana, who's Kristen Stewart. We have Princess Diana's kids. We have the head chef who was Solomon Lane from the villain from the Mission Impossible movies. Yeah, we had that guy. But like everybody else other than the prince, I was like, who the hell are you? I'm pretty sure everybody was the Prince of Wales's family, but I have no idea. The movie just really treated them as background characters, and it did get on my nerves after a while because I just lost sight of who they actually were and what side they were on. If they were Diana's side or if they were the Prince of Wales' side. I just feel like we didn't get enough time with them when they were on screen or they were pushed to the side. But Spencer is a magnificent movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Like I said, it's not your typical biopic. It might be a turnoff for a lot of people. It's a very slow moving. It takes place mostly in one location, but it at least deals with some thoughts that Princess Diana probably had in real life, even if this is a fictionalized version of that. And some of the psychological imagery really stuck with me after watching this movie. I really enjoyed Spencer with a full bucket of popcorn. I hope you guys do too if you do see Spencer. If you have already seen it, because I know this is a little bit of a late review, drop me some feedback as to what you thought of Spencer in the comments section below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. I will be having a slew of reviews this week as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.